Alright, kids were sleeping. I didn't want to wake them up. Yeah, I made some coffee, and it's dark out because there were some northern lights last night. And I've been chasing down northern lights for long enough to know that if there's a decent show one night, there's a pretty good chance that they'll come out again the next night. Get some light in here. Whoa. Alright. So I suppose I owe you an apology because it's been like 2, maybe almost 3 months now that I've shot a video. Which is kind of a lie because I do short stuff when I can. So if you check the shorts tab on the channel, whatever that means, you'll see some stuff that I've been able to work in. But it's not much because it's been a busy summer. Let's drive out to Fisherman's and I guess I'll talk about it. Let's go. Alright, so I'm at Fisherman's. There is one other car here. That's okay. It's pretty, it's not a huge area, but definitely room to share. And I like running into other photographers who are also here for the reason I'm here. Can't forget the coffee. Oh, you can't see me very well. There we go. Coffee's here. I'll tell you about that in a bit. Put the tripod on the other side. All right. So, we are at Fisherman's. We've been here before. In fact, I've made a video of shooting the northern lights here before. And I don't know if we're gonna see anything tonight. There were many photographers who posted on various social media platforms last night about 10 o'clock of northern lights popping off. We're gonna take a shot. The moon rises in about half an hour, I think, but that's okay. I've taken plenty of great photos of the northern lights with the moon lighting the foreground. So we're gonna do a little photography this evening, and well, hopefully, and we'll see what we can come up with, and I'll talk to you about the coffee, and I'll talk to you about how the summer's been going. But for now, let's get out there. So, I'm gonna walk very slowly. If you weren't aware, red light helps you maintain night vision. So if you're out at night looking for things like stars and northern lights, it's really helpful to have a headlamp that shines a red light. And courteous to others who are also out doing the same thing, so you don't accidentally kill anyone's night vision. So no, I didn't incorrectly set my colors or process this a weird way. This just is a red light. Let's continue on. I'm at the dunes now. It's not really that far of a walk, but in the middle of the night, it can be a little creepy sometimes. I did see that other car here, and as a result of that, I heard a couple people talking on my way in. They must be staying back a little bit, but I'm all the way out at the dunes. And I did take a shot. No northern lights yet. We're gonna play the patient game. I can see the Milky Way. You can hear the, let's turn those up a little bit, and maybe you can hear Lake Michigan behind me. Maybe. But it's very calm. The waves are lapping, but the wind is really, really not bad at all. Maybe like 5 miles an hour. It's a very warm, humid air, but it feels good. So it is currently September 3rd. And the last time I spoke to you guys was the end of June. And so all of July and all of August have gone by, and it's been a whirlwind. A lot of roasting. Farmers markets have been great. This isn't going to be a farmers market video, so I'll make this quick. It was nonstop. All of June, all of July, and all through August was just bang, bang, bang. Roasting it pretty much every day that I wasn't at a market. Made some little upgrades here and there. I've got a 10-foot tent now for some of the markets. Hopefully next season I'll be rocking the 10-foot through all of them. I'm doing an event in October, Apple Fest here in Charlevoix. I'll be right on Bridge Street serving hot cups of coffee and doing my thing, kind of like a farmer's market, but for a 3-day weekend, long days too. So it's gonna be kind of major. I'm excited for that, and it's time for me to start making some content again. At this time of recording, I've got almost 500 subscribers, which is really cool, and I really thank those of you who've kind of stuck around for me while I've been busy. And if you're following the social medias, Instagram _ David Sargent Coffee, on Facebook as well, David Sargent Coffee, you are appreciated. I get to post once in a blue moon these days when I can. I try a couple times a week just to communicate. I post in my stories often, so you can kind of see when I'm roasting, what I've got throughout the week. If you're local, you can keep up with what I have available or what's coming, and it's been great to stay in touch with some of you that way. I really have been missing the YouTube stuff, though. I really have been missing making long-form content, and the last one I did was my little market update in June in Detour, and I had a great time in Detour that day. It's like the summer's just gone by. So we're out here, Fisherman's Island. I've taken you out here before, Northern Lights here before. It's kind of one of my happy places. 5-minute drive from home. The Milky Way's out, the stars are out, the moon will be coming up soon, and I suppose I should just quit talking and get the camera out and take some photos and see what I see, and update you as I go, and we'll talk about the coffee I brewed in a second. Let's get that stuff out. Hello? Are we gonna focus? Did I leave it in manual? Okay, so as I was saying, beginning to say, there's a moon glow over the trees to the east-ish, where the moon's gonna rise. That's okay, I'm not too worried about it. If the aurora borealis shows, and if it's strong enough, you can easily take pictures of the northern lights with a strong full moon's light. In fact, some of my favorite northern lights photography has been done with a full moon lighting up a foreground, so that there's actual detail in the landscape photography that you do that accompanies shooting the northern lights. I know this isn't a photography channel, but like I've said before, I'm gonna blend the two. I don't really care if that's what you like or what you don't like. I'm gonna talk about the coffee. I'm gonna try and take some shots here. Whether we get the northern lights, I don't know, but we're just here to have fun. This coffee I brewed with the Hario Switch, which you saw at the beginning of this video. If I decide to leave that part in as the intro, I thought maybe it was kind of cool. Silent intro brewing. That Hario Switch is a newer device that I picked up in the middle of the summer, basically out of curiosity. A lot of people seem to like the Clever Dripper. Not as many people talk about the Hario Switch, which I find interesting because it's the same idea. Full immersion brew with the filter, which is great because I have always been interested in playing around with a full immersion extraction, but dislike what a French press typically does to the texture of coffee. An experience thing, and everybody's different. Some people really like the thicker bodied cup that a French press gives, and I get that until you get to the end of the cup and you're really biting into the coffee. That's not as cool. So I brewed this with the Hario Switch, and I brewed it a strong ratio. I think I accidentally brewed it at like a 1:10. Now Hario, I did read the manual for this thing, says to do, I think it's about a 1:12 ratio. They say 20 grams of coffee to 240 grams, whatever that works out to, maybe like a 113, 112, I don't know. But pretty strong, not too far off from AeroPress actually, which I find very interesting, because similar thing going on there. You get kind of a full immersion brew through a filter in AeroPress. So I wonder what it is about this extraction that actually has you brewing a stronger ratio to get a similar tasting cup of coffee that would otherwise yield a very strong cup through a normal drip process. Whoa, I'm gonna fall over here. Anyway, I guess if you have ideas about why that is in general, you can leave a comment below. But I'm gonna tell you about this coffee in particular. The Hario Switch is great. I thought it was cool to buy, and it's actually been used quite a few times. Great cup of coffee normally. Pretty clean, but not without some of that character that you would get from a full immersion. So it's a little bit more robust, I think. This particular brew, I did taste. It's nice. Buddy of mine, you know who you are. You provided me with some Ethiopia Harar this summer, actually a couple of weeks ago, just to give you feedback on, because you're roasting, and I still have some in the bag. So this is a bean that is a little blueberry and a little chocolatey, and it's a wonderful bean. Ethiopia Harar, on the floral side, a little fruity, but not without some of that cocoa. And it's not like Kambata that takes 3 weeks to really fully develop its profile. You kind of get it right away, which is very, very nice not to have to wait that long. But I blended it with Guatemala. I'm sorry if you are the one who roasted this. I don't know if you want me saying your name on YouTube or whatever, but to know that this was a blend, but you probably know why. It's been sitting around a little while. So just to make sure it's still got that oomph, Guatemala was a safe bet to blend with. You probably are screaming at me right now, but I did test it. It's nice, it's real chocolatey, and it's not without some of the blueberry that the Harar does still have. Cheers. And you know, when you take the coffee outdoors, oh, it just tastes so good. It must seem like I'm like acting when I do that, but these reactions are so authentic. I'm telling you, it just tastes so much better than when I'm at the house. It's chocolatey, a little caramely because I think I took the squat a little, just slightly further into almost a mid-dark territory. This particular batch, where it would have a citrus finish, kind of lost that a little bit. It just gets this caramelization. So a little chocolatey, a little caramely as I'm spilling it all over myself. But it's also got some of the blueberry and the cocoa-iness. So milk chocolate, cocoa, so like a dry powdered baker's cocoa type of blend of chocolatey with this blueberry. It's wonderful, caramely. I mean, it's got everything that I love about both in this one little cup here. So I got about 200 grams of it. Oh, the blueberry is actually kind of popping. Wonderful stuff. Good blend. Dang. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna take some photos before the moon comes up because we don't have long. And I suppose if I was gonna show you any photos of, let's say, the Milky Way or something like that, I'll show you right now. And I'm gonna continue on from here. Come along for the ride, I suppose. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. I don't know if I've got anything more to say other than thank you for watching, and I suppose I'll outro the rest of this night in one little montage, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.